In 1989, the first drug court opened shop in Miami. Its mission, to break the cycle of addiction to alcohol or drugs and the crimes committed in the pursuit of controlled substances, to stop the overload of court cases, mounting jail sentences, and spiraling recidivism, and most importantly, to get the addict on the road to recovery, responsibility, and self-sufficiency. Mecklenburg County's drug treatment court program, named STEP for Supervision, Treatment, Education, and Prevention, began in 1995 with almost immediate results. Drug court works because of a non-traditional court system. Instead of the district attorney squaring off against the public defender and his client, with the judge in between, all three parties work together for the good of the client. This non-adversarial system may seem counterproductive to you public defenders or district attorneys used to practicing conventional trial law. If you can't argue the case to win it, you may feel unclear about your role in the courtroom. As a judge, you may find yourself in uncharted waters, no longer meting out punishment, but instead making decisions about substance abuse treatment. The whole point to drug treatment court is not winning or losing a case, or fitting punishment to a crime. It's about rebuilding lives. As a public defender, district attorney, or judge, you may feel you've learned enough about trial law. You're good at what you do. So why change the way you practice law? Why consider working with drug treatment court?
One of the goals of any criminal justice system is to rehabilitate people. And quite frankly, until drug court came along, we were only giving lip service to that. This is the first step we've actually made in breaking the cycle that has people coming back to court over and over and over again. As a prosecutor, frankly, I was tired of seeing the same people and willing to step out and try this. And amazingly, and I was one of the first to admit, it works.
So I was having this internal, I want to be part of the solution dilemma, and then I went to the conference and I felt like, okay, this is something that we can do that can help our clients get out of that revolving door.
As a prosecutor, I was involved with the Superior Court Drug Treatment Court program for a number of years. And it was very exciting for me to participate in a program where there was actually some change and there was actually some hope for offenders. Rather than just rolling through the system time and again, there was an opportunity for them to actually be pulled from that cycle and to receive the help that they need, the treatment they needed, the guidance they needed, the authority that they needed from the judge, and to work together as a community to really create some true change in their lives.
86 convicted.
I have worked with drug treatment courts as a defense attorney for the last 5 years because it allows me not only to advocate for clients, but to participate in a program that provides clients with the resources and the support that they need to overcome the underlying issue that has brought them into the court system in the first place, and to go out into the community and have a lifetime of recovery and become productive members of the community.
I spent about 2 years working with the STEP court programs, and by far found that to be the most satisfying experience of my entire 5-year career as a prosecutor.
We started this court without any funds. We started off volunteer help from the district attorney's office, from the public defender's office, from the probation office, and from treatment provider.
The drug treatment court is a remarkable collection of individuals and a remarkable collaboration.
And it was quickly apparent to all of us as court professionals that we absolutely had to work together.
All with a single purpose in mind, that single purpose being to intervene in a way that positively and permanently changes an individual's life who suffer from substance abuse issues. And it is a collaborative effort that sometimes requires intervention with various techniques, including some punishment, but it's all usually collaborative, all working together for the individual in a way that seeks to achieve what we want, which is the reduction or elimination of any recidivism by these citizens of our community.
Drug court will not work without it being a team. It is a collaborative effort, and there's not one entity in that room that's more important than the other.
You've got a number of individuals involved, all of whom are from separate areas of the procedure. You've got the district attorney, you've got the public defender, you've got probation officers, you have case managers, and then you have the treatment facilities. And like any other joint team effort, it is always helpful for one member of the team to understand what the other one is doing and have some investment in that process.
And when you form a team, there's a certain bonding and collaboration among that team that I think works out for the good of the participants in the program. So there's the internal part of it, making sure that when we step out into the courtroom or when we have those sessions where we all look at the case, that we can talk about it amongst ourselves, not necessarily agree all the time, but at least talk about it and speak the same language so that we can get to the result that we need.
Because he was seen by you drinking at home, right?
And when I met with
This guy
Yolanda...
had the six-pack?
No, that was court. Yolanda did correct something when we met with them earlier, that it was not observed. He stated this to you, is that correct?
Yeah, he stated to me that he had been drinking. I hate to see him go in, but okay.
Well, I mean...
Because I think something's going on too.
Yeah, I
think
think
I'm gonna call him. I'm gonna call him up.
Okay.
One to me. I see you at 24.
And you make a
If
decision.
he wants to tell me something, I'll be fine.
Okay.
Sometimes being arrested can be the best thing that happens to someone if they have an immediate response. If time goes by and there's a chance to forget about it, the effects of the drug and the withdrawal start taking over, then we've lost an opportunity to really make a difference. Sometimes you have to strike while the iron's hot, and early intervention, once someone has been caught or arrested or is in the courtroom, is what makes the biggest difference, because then the brain can connect the two together.
Drug abuse, drug addiction is a disease like any other disease. I am a survivor of breast cancer, and I know that early detection, early treatment is the key to success. Same thing with drug addiction. Early detection, early treatment is the easiest way to have success. If you delay, then your likelihood for success decreases the longer you delay.
And it really is an opportunity that should not be seen as punishment. There can be a punishment component if you don't work the program, but it truly is an opportunity not only to help yourself in the court system, but to also look inside personally and fix all the things that got you right where you are, and have a light at the end of the tunnel.
Having the ability to go to a client and say, instead of looking at more jail time, we're looking at helping you, looking at you getting and staying clean and sober, getting your life back, staying out of jail, or of course you can go to jail if you like. I can work that out for you too.
You have no excuses? Well, that's, no excuses is better than making up an excuse. I'll give you credit for that. All right, 24 hours.
There's nothing different between court treatment and your normal outpatient or inpatient clinic, except the fact that we've got the criminal charge and the criminal justice system standing over them with a substantial hammer if they don't perform. And so we can impose some lack of tolerance on them that, I mean, most treatment centers, inpatient or outpatient, the person goes in there and it's voluntary, and if they want to walk out, they walk out. You can't walk out of our program.
As far as a standpoint of a client, one of our responsibilities is to zealously represent them and do what is in their best interest. Sometimes what's in their best interest is to get a charge reduced, plead guilty, and try to get time served and get out of jail, but what's truly in their best interest, if you can enroll them in it, is to get clean and sober and stay on track with their medicines and appointments and keep them from coming back into the system. You can't always convince them that's in their best interest. And when you're able to get them on board, I think it really makes a difference for everybody involved.
I'm a defense attorney and have been for 20+ years. I'm an enthusiastic supporter. Step court, have been for years. I've had many clients come through the program successfully, and it's one of the few things that we get to do as defense lawyers that is really a win-win-win all the way around for the whole system. It's a win for me because I come up with a way to get my client completely out of trouble through district court step, with charges dismissed if they successfully make it through the program. And it's a win for my clients, not only for getting out of their charges, but invariably they come out of this thing as different people.
I don't know of any other system where the district attorneys and the public defenders are working together on a common goal of making sure these people are getting all the treatment they need and all the resources they need.
There is not a single graduation that did not bring tears to my eyes, and it gives me chills now to think about some of my favorites that I actually got to know and saw from rock bottom, I'm getting teary-eyed now, rock bottom to the top of the mountain. And it didn't always happen in a year, sometimes it took 2 years, but when they got there, there was no turning back.
That is a unique opportunity as a defense attorney to participate in that process and that collaborative effort, and also to witness that success, to see that client for that 1 year or more overcome all of the things that they walked in the door with, and to graduate and be a success.
And so when I have clients come in that you just see the signs, and you know what the signs are after a while of drug use and drug abuse, to know that if they go into step court treatment, that in just a few months they're going to be a lot better. And hopefully you're not going to see them in that revolving door that is the courthouse.
The benefit that made for me was it basically validated that what I was doing was worthwhile, that I was making a difference in someone's life, and I was assisting the courts to make a difference for my client.
And so I tell my clients, this is one of the only parts of the system where everybody wants you to succeed. And so if you give it a try, you're going to succeed because they're going to help you through it. And those folks reinforce that from the very first time they meet them. You know, so it's just a great program.
Many of my clients come back to the drug court from time to time to check in and tell their success stories to the participants in the drug treatment court. And everyone is so proud of them when they do come back, because they have been born again, so to speak. It is a celebration that we all rejoice in when we see their successes when they come back.
And so the lesson for any court professional coming into this process, perhaps on a brand new basis, is to sit down with and listen to the people who've been involved in this program for a while and understand its processes, and be willing to set aside perhaps a number of prior beliefs about alcoholics and addicts and how they are best accommodated to the criminal justice system, and put aside any preconceived notions about these and wait and see how the process works. And I think they will find, if they have an open mind, that the process does work and they can happily be a part of it.
Drug Treatment Court is making a difference in the lives of addicts. You can make a difference too.